let's just address the elephant in the room. Yeah. Yep, I was like, so Charlie has basically just gone to this meeting that he has to go to. It's Saturday morning. He's going to be in there for like an hour or something. So I was like, perfect. I haven't filmed a YouTube video in so long. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to fill everyone in. Everyone. I'm going to just talk to the camera because I actually enjoy it so much. I got an iced latte as usual from Ride Hub, which is like, okay, if you come to Squamish, either get your coffee from Ride Hub or Smoke Bluffs. Best. I was just sipping it on our way here and then bam, it's all down there. We can actually disguise it quite well. We're going car camping tonight and I just wanted to wear this because it's so cozy. I thought I would sit and chat and do a little chat with me, like a coffee time, because honestly I love doing this so much and I just haven't done it in ever since restarting my YouTube channel up. But first things first, I'm gonna like break this lid off and see. I was sipping it and it wasn't leaking, and then suddenly it just started leaking and I don't understand. Maybe it's come from in here. I don't understand where the leak is coming from. I've been turned into an iced latte girl since I've been here. So I used to be flat white with oat milk. Now I'm an iced latte with oat milk. Even on the cold days, I'm like, yep, I'll take my iced latte. This is going to be very distracting for some of you, I am aware. I'm also filming this in a car park. It's a bit of rejection therapy. There is a lot of people around. It's a Saturday. We're just going to go for it. We are just going to chat away. Today's plans, I don't know if I'm going to make this a chat with me or gonna turn it into a vlog, because I'm also gonna vlog today. I'm so excited to get back into it. Fuck knows why I fell off the bandwagon. We got so busy with recently we've had a lot of friends stay. Like Charlie's friend stayed, then my friend stayed, and my work has been chaotic. And also we've done one huge hike and lots of biking, but one, I don't vlog when I'm biking because I am a newbie and that shit scares me, and we will update you on biking in a second. But two, the only other big hike we did was Black Tusk, and it was insane. And I will also, okay, let's talk about that now. Black Tusk, must do. I think Charlie said it was his favorite hike he's done in Canada, and he's not like a massive hiking fan. It was incredible. We did it with our friend Courts. You don't have to do it overnight. It's one day. You go from Garibaldi Provincial Park and you need a day pass, which is free. But yeah, you still have to have one. And it was just the best. We were a bit gutted. We didn't see any bears and we really wanted to, because it's foraging season now. So you're more likely to see bears, and I still haven't seen one in the, I've seen lots in the wild, but I haven't seen one on a hike, which I feel like is way more special, seeing one in the mountains than I've seen so many in downtown. So yeah, it was just a really incredible piece of rock, I guess. It's like a big tusk, hence why it's in its name, and then the last bit you scramble up. And I did get a little bit scared because I'm not big on heights or scrambling, sketchy stuff. I get a bit freaked out. I go dead quiet. But Charlie and our friends Courts, honestly, just they were the best. They were pushing me but without me knowing and not letting me quit. And then I got to the top and I was like, I'm so glad I did this. And there's another one I want to do. Yeah, you can't see it from here, but there's one up the back of the Chief called Sky Pilot, and I would love to do that hike so much, but it is actually quite sketchy, and I don't know if we'll get to do that this summer, unfortunately. My eczema flare up. And also, you guys might not know half this stuff if you just watch my YouTube and don't follow me on Instagram. Also, every time I drink this, I'm gonna have to cut it because I'm gonna have to lean forward in case it drips. It's all over my seat now. This is so annoying. I don't understand. I don't want to take the lid off and then it just spills everywhere. The lid won't even come off. She is suctioned on there hard. Okay, since I moved to Canada, my eczema has flared up ridiculously bad, and I've had it since a kid, but there's only ever had 2 flare-ups in my life. One was when I was with my ex-boyfriend and I was so stressed about wanting to break up that it came from that stress, and as soon as I did it, it went away. The second time is now, and it is so red and raw, and it flared up the first week we were in Canada in our Airbnb, and then until now it's still red raw, and it would get a little bit better and then worse. I have the best cream from a local woman in Squamish. It's all natural, and I use that to stop itching, but obviously that's not going to make it go away. It's just going to help me stop itching. So I use that as like a topical treatment, but obviously I need to figure out the underlying causes of it, and I want to look at this. Oh my god, the coffee is everywhere, guys. Oh, I'm so sad about this. Obviously I want to look at this through like an energetic, a holistic, a naturopathic, and every single lens route, because I want to fix the root cause. It's also obviously like an autoimmune disease, and I've had like suffered from cold sores a lot as well, so I know I've got some like autoimmunity thing that needs getting to the bottom of. But my thing moving forward is I got in touch with a naturopath here. I'm gonna go try and get my blood works done for food sensitivity, because the main thing I'm thinking is like maybe because the food is so different here, I'm intolerant to something that doesn't have the same ingredients in as England but is the same food. Like bread, for example, the bread here has way more sugar and I guess like yeast and stuff. So maybe I'm like suddenly gluten intolerant, whereas in Europe it would be fine, because a lot of people here say that they're like, when I go to Europe I can eat pasta and bread and pizza and whatever and I'm fine, but then as soon as I come home I can't eat it because I'll get like insufferable like bloating or like constipation and stuff like that. So if anyone has any eczema gurus that they know of, please help a girl out, because it's actually so painful and it's just like, you know, I want to sort it out. Obviously my body is screaming for me to look at something. Oh man, it's just like really taking its toll on, like, it's very tiring. Like I'll wake up in the night subconsciously scratching my arms and it's spreading like down my forearms, so I know it's getting worse and not better. So I just really want to get to the bottom of that, and like my body is clearly not happy in some way. Also, notice the car. She's a beaut. We're going car camping tonight. I actually did do a car camping vlog and then it all went a bit tits up. Basically, I recorded a whole car camping vlog and it's never going to go out because it just feels like it was way too long ago now, and yeah, it just feels weird to edit that. But basically we went car camping when we got this car, and we have this car for 6 weeks. I think we're like halfway through, which is crazy. But this girl we know of, we needed a second car because Charlie works in Whistler Monday to Friday and I don't. So we were like, fuck, we kind of do need our own car at this point. And also like, it's a very new relationship, you know, we're not a married couple, but it's been a lot having to like move to a foreign country. You're obviously saving money and stuff. It's like you get the same car, you're living in the same house, you pay the same bills, and all of a sudden you're living a 10-year relationship within a year, and it's nice to have like your own things. So we got this car for $420 for 6 weeks, which is so good, and it is a Jeep, and it has been the best to go up FSRs and not be worried that your car is going to break on you. In Canada, so many people have like garage sales and leave all their stuff outside, so me and Charlie actually ended up getting free snowboards, which is sick, and I will show you them in the vlog actually. And I got a free full face helmet as well, which is really good because I bought like the nicest Fox helmet, but when you go bike park you need a full face, and honestly I'm like, oh, was that really stupid to buy not a full face? But you do kind of need both, and I love my like Fox helmet so much, it's so pretty. But anyway, every time I go bike park I'm having to pay to rent one, so I picked up this free gyro full face helmet, and it was so cobwebby. We just threw it all in the boot, so I think the spider has come from that. Anyway, yesterday I'm driving, having my iced latte as per usual. There's a fucking huge spider drops from the ceiling in front of my eyeline. It took everything in me not to swerve off the road and crash my car. Everything. And luckily there was a car park like a meter up from where I was driving, so I swerve into the car park, get out of the car, and just stand there like hyperventilating. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing, waiting for someone to come. So luckily this man comes past and I'm like, I'm sorry. I was like I love being a girl because you can get away with this shit. I was like, I know this is really pathetic, but I'm terrified of spiders and there's one in my car. And bless the man, he literally hunted in my car for about 10 minutes to find this spider that we no longer knew where it was. He finally found it like in the seam up here and killed it for me and he didn't mean to kill it, but I think he accidentally squished it, because like I'm not about that, so don't come for me. But he got the spider out of my car, and then I could drive away happy. But yeah, we basically, this is what I mean, so many tangents. We basically got free snowboards, which is sick. Mine's a Capita and Charlie's is a Salomon. Charlie has done so well. He got free board boots, Salomons with boas. So like a lot of the secondhand board boots on Marketplace, which is such a huge thing out here because everyone like needs gear all the time that's really expensive. I've got all my snowboard stuff except like my Avo stuff and the board. Charlie needs all his stuff. So he got these boots, and most of the boots you find on Marketplace are like lace ups because they're so old, but his have boas and they're Salomons, which is really cool. And then he obviously got a Salomon board, which I'm so jealous. Charlie's board is way nicer than mine, but he got a 163, which is like way too big for me to ride. Like I already ride a bigger board than I'm meant to just because I enjoy it, and like I guess I have strong legs and stuff, so it doesn't matter too much. I like to ride like a 155, so I got a Capita, and it doesn't actually have the size on it, but like from feeling it and like measuring it up against Charlie's 163, I was like, I think it's around a 155. So I got the Capita, which also looks sick, and I will show you them. And honestly, it's September, but I'm just, oh, like I just need winter to come. That was also a huge thing. I mean, okay, we're going to talk about Canada, but my SD card's on 1 minute. I am thinking I might just pop into Shoppers Drug Mart over there and just buy a new SD card because I kind of need one anyway. So I think I'm going to do that, and then I'll BRB. Look who it is. So I went into Shoppers Drug Mart to try and get an SD card. They don't sell any, so I'm going to continue this another time because like this SD card is literally dying. We are going to go to the farmer's market, grab a little pastry for breakfast. I just bought, I don't know where my stuff is. I'll give you a little haul, but I just got a new mascara, a face mask, and some eye things for tonight. Yeah, this is my car camp combo, apparently. And then a new mascara. This one is so good, so cheap. We're going to go to the farmer's market. I'll carry this on later after I buy a new SD card. Oh my god, guys, it's Tuesday. So I last spoke to you guys on Saturday, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was Saturday, and now it's Tuesday. Look at that. Anyway, I thought I would finish up the Chatty video at home because honestly, the car I've got at the minute has the bikes and the helmets and golf clubs and all of the shebang in. And I was driving it the other day and a massive spider came down in front of me. And I think it's because I had to pull in and park in a hospital car park and then pull this man over. For all I know, he was going to the hospital for something himself. I pulled him over. I was like, please, can you help me? I know this is so pathetic, but blah, blah, blah. So basically, I think I already told this story on this video, but my point is I'm not filming in that car because I do not want to sit in there for longer than possible. That needs to be cleared out. Best believe I'm not clearing it out because it has so much junk in there that there's definitely more spiders. Also, I don't want to film downstairs because we live in a shared house, but I don't like filming in this room. I'm perched. I'm not like comfortable sat with my coffee, you know, I'm perched. It feels very formal, so I'm not enjoying this vibe as much. Okay, I think we were talking about Canada and like the choices and how we've been finding it. So I think I'm going to touch on all of that and then probably wrap the video up. I love Canada, okay? I love the hikes. I love how vast and expansive it is. I love how there's so much to do, how you can learn all these new hobbies all the time. When I say Canada, I mean BC. We haven't seen anywhere else, but I'm not sure about Whistler, I have to say. When I'm biking, I feel like I'm constantly ran off trails, and I don't know if the snowboarding vibe is going to be the friendliest I've ever experienced, but Whistler is Whistler. Red Bull athletes train there, people train there who are sponsored, like everyone on the mountain has been there since they were this big, and they are usually professionals. So I think it is a very competitive and arrogant mountain, and I'm really sorry if that's a huge generalization and people don't agree with this. This is just my experience of it compared to the Alps, okay? In the Alps, I felt like I had such a good vibe and experience snowboarding as a beginner. And now even in Whistler, like where I knew what I was doing snowboarding, I still felt like the vibe was a little bit more hostile. I'm not gonna say that's like a British, like a European Canadian thing. I think it's just like a Whistler thing. So this is why I was so keen to go to Big White for ski season as soon as like my friend was going, and I was like, oh, this could be so fun. And I had this huge decision to make about whether I go there or not, and it was really frustrating, and it ate me up for about 2 weeks. And then I spoke to my mom and decided I want to stay here, because although you don't have to be focused on your long-term career at the age of 24, I've always been a very career focused, impact focused person, and I've built up all of my self-employed like Pilates studio teaching and dance teaching and mindset coaching that I know if I just go on ski season with a hospo job and get back in that environment, it's not going to fully align with me, and I don't think going to fully fulfill me. So if you told me you can go to Big White, ski in resort, better powder, like better off-piste, and have 3 Pilates studios on the mountain that you can work at, and like, you know, a proper accommodation, I would love that, and I would be so on board with that. But the reality of it is, if I go to Big White, I have to give up my career, put it on hold. I also have to live in shared bunk bed accommodation again and do a job that I am not in any way passionate about, also coming away from that season either breaking even or at a loss with my money. So hence why I've decided to stay in Whistler, but we are moving to Whistler. And the positives about that are, I feel there are more people our age there, so we'll more easily make friends. I love Squamish, but it's very settled, it's very family, it's a little bit older. I also feel like the energy and the vibe will just be a bit more like upbeat, and that way I'm not getting stuck in traffic when I'm going to the slopes every single day, because that's what I want to be doing. I've got an unlimited pass for Whistler this winter, so that is the plan. And I was like, okay, perfect, let's stay here for this winter, then see if I've still got an itch to scratch, I'll go Big White next year, or Revy or Fanny or wherever I want to go. But we do also want to do a little winter road trip this year. I don't know if that'll happen, if not next year. Okay, we're back. We didn't end up getting that SD card the other day, and I need to go get one. So basically, yeah, we want to do all of the mountains. We want to go up near the Rockies. Maybe that'll be this year, maybe that'll be next year. Honestly, who the hell knows? We do not know what we will be doing, where we will be this time next year. All I know is that I'm renewing my Canadian visa because I want at least another summer here. I don't know about the winter, but we'll see. Do you know what I really, really want? So we have boards, but I saw the most beautiful board and it was $900. I was like, that is expensive for a capita board. However, I was showing this to my work colleagues and my boss found one for $500. So I think the only reason I love this is because of the design, which is really bad because it's not like actually an ideal board for me, but the design is just die for. And I think this is the 2025 one. I think they actually have a 2024 one, so I'm obviously cheaper. So I'm gonna see if I can find that online. But oh my god. Apparently it's the Aeronaut, but that doesn't say this on here. But it's a capita board for sure. Which I don't know if I love that brand for snowboards. I'm usually a Salomon girly. We will see. We will see. If I can grab that board. Any road trip ideas for next summer or the winter after, like if you had an itinerary, an ideal road trip, send it my way. Please send it my way, I need it. So yeah, Canada, I have been loving it. The downsides are very expensive, extremely expensive. Grocery shopping, fuck, like honestly, if you want to come here and get like a government job or a really well paid, like I feel like if you had like a 9 to 5 that was like, you know, a corporate ladder kind of job, you would do just fine because it pays really well. But if you're like me and you're always trying to build up your self-employment, it's a bit of a struggle. Gas is so expensive, groceries are so expensive. And if you convert it to English pounds, it's not too bad, but it's still like, it's really hard to make ends meet financially here until you, like, Do you know what it is? I think it's a very good place to build your wealth, but it takes a few years. And also, again, if you're like settling and you have a family and you've got a regular job with an income and you've got your house and mortgage and blah blah blah, you're set up, it's a very good place to set yourself up for financial wealth. But if you know you want to keep traveling and moving around and everything's temporary, it's kind of tricky. So that's one of the downsides. I would say Squamish is a very hard place to meet a friendship group when you're my age. It's really easy to meet certain people, but everyone's very transient here. Everyone's coming here for a week or 2 weeks or a month in the summer, and then yes, people probably will come here for an entire winter, but I've had it a lot this summer where I'll make a bestie and then they leave, and I make another bestie and then they leave. Everyone is super transient, so it's difficult in that way. It's also difficult because you need all of the gear. So even though you're like, hiking's free and climbing's free once you have everything and boarding's free, it's like, yes, but there's always like a 10 grand investment needed or a 5 grand investment needed. Like, you need so much gear to set yourself up here. And then even stuff like the winter, like I'm so set up, but my season pass was 1,500, and then I want to do my avalanche safety training, which is another few $100s, and then all your backcountry gear, which is like a couple grand. So although yes, all these activities are grounding and you're in nature and blah blah blah, it's always gear that you need. Also, cars, extremely expensive if you're coming from England. It's quite literally impossible to get a cheap car over here. Our car is very old and it's not like a big 4x4 like you kind of need here, and it was still like 6k, I think, something like that. I'm so open about money. I think it was something like that. But yeah, there are the negatives to Canada. Charlie, my partner, isn't loving it too much. It's not very much his place. I, on the other hand, love it. But yeah, maybe I'll do a video on like that advice. That's more like advice than like chatty catch up with me. So if you want that, let me know in the comments and maybe just send some questions my way on Instagram. But I think I'm gonna wrap this video up here because I feel like it'll be going on for quite a while. I love doing these videos and not just travel vlogs. So let me know what you want to see more of, if you'd enjoyed this, and bloody blah, all the good stuff. So I'm sending you so much love, guys, and I am so stoked and excited to be back on YouTube. Please subscribe if you like my videos.